welcome into the studios, everyone. Markeisha and Jeremy Middlebrooks. You'll recognize them from around the community for sure. Jeremy from around the fitness center. Markeisha, you with Truetland County School Systems?
I am. I am.
Now, you've been coming over working out at the gym. I know for a while. I've seen you around there for a while now.
Yes, long time.
So, Jeremy, you got to tell me how y'all met.
Well, we actually met where I used to work at the fitness center. We were having a promotion to, let people come in and work out for a month, and she was one of those people that came in and worked out. Mm-hmm. She caught my eye. It took a couple of years for us to kind of get to the points where we had an opportunity to date, and when that time presented itself, we both took advantage of it.
Yeah. So how long have y'all known each other, Markeisha?
Oh, goodness. It's been probably about 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about 8 years. Mm-hmm.
Time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
But it gave you a lot of opportunity to get to know each other, over that period of time, right, Jeremy?
It did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It helped me grow and get ready for a relationship like that would lead to marriage. So I think that time, that 8 years, it took me for growth and to be ready for a relationship like that.
If you don't mind, how old were y'all when y'all met?
Let's
I
see.
was 28.
Right. And so if he was 28, that means I was 26.
All right. Yeah.
A couple of years difference.
Yeah, still, a relationship is not something to be entered lightly, as we all figure out. Hopefully, most of us figure out over time. Mm-hmm. But you all, you didn't hurry into anything. It sounds like you got to know each other. I saw y'all. You'd come up and visit with Jeremy in the evening. Y'all work out after. After you hit the clock, and that's good for you.
Right.
And just doing things, just life together to figure out, who you are to him and who he is to you. And so I'm sure that was a special time of growth together. We want to get into a little bit because this is part of a Valentine series. We're right here at Valentine. I mean, it's a time for love and reflection and just making sure you let people around you know how much you love them. Now, you love your mom, your dad, you love, your aunts, you love, people around you. You may be in your church family, what have you, but your significant other now, I mean, you really love them. And you have to, sometimes we have to step back because as y'all will learn, how long y'all been married?
We've been married for how long, Mike?
Almost 3 years. It'll be 3
Go,
years.
Jeremy. Go, Jeremy. I'm gonna round it off.
He passed the test.
Yeah. And so, when you're living together all the time, there's certain things that, not the way you gonna do them, obviously, because you're not the same person. You're not supposed to be. She brings out your strengths. You bring out her strengths.
Right.
That's supposed to be what it's all about. But you get in there and you got to work those parts out. And you got to let a lot of things go, don't you?
Well, I think we had a good understanding when we were dating about what we wanted. When we got closer to that time, we were talking about marriage. I think we both, let the other know what our expectations of marriage was, what marriage looked like to each one of us, and that kind of helped us get to that point where we were comfortable saying, let's get married, because we both knew what each other was, looking for.
Yeah, we were very clear on communication. Like that's one of our strong suits. Like we talked all the time, and so we were very enlightened on everything. It wasn't any kind of what do you call them? Any surprises, because we always were open to ask questions and have good dialogue.
So you telling me when y'all were dating, thinking about hey, I like him, hey, I like her, I think this is something that would be long range, so you continue to date. Then nothing was off bounds, nothing was off limits to talk about. Y'all talked about it all by the time you got ready to get married.
I think we kept everything open. We were honest with each other, and I don't think there was anything that was off limits. We kind of got deep in conversation about past relationships, what worked in those, what didn't work, and then how we worked well together and what we wanted to have our marriage and our relationship look like. So I don't think there was anything that was out of bounds.
Good. That's just trying to be an example to people I met. People that I've talked to, people that recommended for me to interview y'all, really hold y'all in high esteem. They see you as, as a good young couple who is going to do well in life, who's going to make it, and we trust every marriage is going to make it, but they see something in y'all that's real special. So that's why we want to have you on to share with people, young people who thinking about coming up, and maybe thinking about a relationship and how to go about it. Some people in relationships maybe need to step back and say, okay, I need to check myself, and get things right. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're getting things right.
Right.
You're going forward, doing the positive things. So we want to get into about maybe a little bit about your parents and your parents, and just share with us what it was like growing up, maybe what they taught you. Ladies first.
Yeah.
Okay. My parents, they started dating back in high school. And so they've been together for a long time. They've been married for, let me see, I'm 37. So they've been married for, this year will be 40 years for them. So they've been hanging tight. I really admire them because they still go out on dates. They still do things. They go out of town, and they just keep everything really fresh. I try to take a lot of those little steeplers from them as far as like the communication and just keeping things lively and not boring, because that'll dry out real soon. But they have a lot of things in common, and they also have differences, but they know how to embrace those things and make it work for them, and they have been making it work because I'm the oldest of 3. I have 2 younger brothers, and they are an awesome example. They're strong in church, and they just been good, positive role models for me.
And they had 40 years?
40 years this year in August 7th.
Yeah. Congratulations to them. I mean, that's not an easy task.
It's not.
All right,
My
Jeremy.
parents, both of them are actually from Georgia, but they met in Pennsylvania. Both of them moved up to Pennsylvania from different cities in Georgia. They've been married for almost 40 years. What I got from them, one of the things that I always remembered was my dad always made a point to kiss my mom before he left the house and when he got back at the house. So one of those that just kind of stuck with me through the years. Marriage is a collaborative effort. Both people have to put in order for it to work. And through the years, I saw both of them contribute in their own ways. My dad always being a hard worker, always providing for his family. My mother always making sure her family had everything that we needed. Growing up, I never thought of anything that I wanted for. Now, we weren't rich, but we were wealthy in family values, and that's something I hold very, very dear to my heart. The things that their marriage taught me and how to make our marriage just as good as theirs, to where we can get to that point where we're going on being married for 30, 40 years.
Yeah, man, that's incredible. I mean, that's it's emotional to me to hear that, because it just takes so much, that day in and day out, to make sure you put in a priority before you go out into the world to love the one you with, and then when you come back in, that's the first thing you do. You don't go on about your business, and making that a priority. That's strong, Jeremy. You had a good dad, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and mother sounds like.
Both of them are great.
Yeah.
Love them to death.
And love to hear that, man, that relationship that a lot of us have it, growing up, our parents, dad worked hard and he was around, the mom worked hard, and you didn't want for anything.
Right.
They made sure you had what you needed. You have everything you want, you really wanted, but you didn't want for anything.
Right. We had what we needed. We didn't always get what we wanted, but we had what we needed.
Yeah, and there's a lot of lessons
that goes a
in
long
that.
way.
Yeah, it does. Hey, we're going to take a short break. We're going to be back with the Middlebrooks, all right?
The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
All right, back in the studio, and I failed to mention that first break, y'all, that we got a special guest in the studio with us over here. We got a precious little lady, Ava Sinclair.
Ava Sinclair. Yeah.
Beautiful child.
She's just watching on, making sure that we don't go too far from it.
Yeah, she just cut her eyes around here.
Yes.
That's good. That's good stuff. So it's just incredible, I'm sure, to y'all to have your first child.
Oh yeah, it's magical. It's you know how you have dreams of like what your first child will be like, and then whenever you actually have it, it's just like a dream come true. It's like
yeah.
awesome. And then the dynamic, like Jeremy is so supportive, and I mean we like right there together. It's not like one person's doing most of everything. The dynamic is great, so it's nothing that's overwhelming, and we've been enjoying. She's almost 3 months. Sunday she'll be 3 months.
That's awesome. Jeremy, tell us what a man is, what a father is.
A father is somebody who's there. You have to show up. It's not always going to be easy, but you have to be present. It starts at a very young age, especially for girls, to have a big male role in their life. Not so much to protect them, but just let them know how women should be treated.
Yeah.
I want her to grow up knowing that she can do anything that she wants to do. Having that support is great, but knowing that she's capable of doing things on her own.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that I instill that in her as she grows up.
That's incredible.
And I just get emotional just thinking about it.
I love it, Jeremy.
Try not to cry, but
Hey, man.
you know, just instilling those things in her and seeing what opportunities she has. It's just great as a father.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
Yeah, and it's great to have that emotion. You know that, Jeremy. I can tell you know there's nothing wrong with being emotional, nothing wrong with loving your child
Right.
so much that it brings tears to your eyes. It
Right.
brings that emotion out. I mean, why not, brother?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful child, but you've got it in you to be that father. You want to make sure, sounds to me like that you're going to be there for her.
Right.
You're going to bring her up to know she's got a dad that's going to be there for her, mom
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
there for her. But this is the way you need to be treated.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you treat it properly.
Right.
You gonna back it up too, aren't you?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Well, Marquisha,
He's already talked about it.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Well, Marquisha, now, you tell me from your perspective on what it's like being a new mom. Then you said about just how wonderful it is, but really, what do you see the core values to be?
Like Jeremy said, being present, and I think just we've started early with the whole educational process. Like I want her to be empowered through just being a holistic individual that can just do whatever she wants to do, set her mind to do anything and be able to achieve those goals. So we've been doing a whole lot of educational things, which that's my background anyway, but try to make sure that she gets everything that she needs. We talk to her. We just try to make sure that she sees us in a positive light so she'll know, even at this young age. When we first had her, you never know what to expect because we haven't had one. So it was an adjustment trying to see, like, work out her schedule, that sleeping thing. Like, that was the biggest thing for me because I'm a nap person. Like, I'm used to taking a nap every day.
Yeah.
And so we work around her schedule
Right.
with that. But everything is, like, leveling out with that. And we're learning her personality, and that's, like, a great thing. That's fun. That's fun stuff.
All right, so at this age, you saying, you know, when y'all are talking, she's not in another room. She's not over to the side. She's right there with y'all, and y'all conversing, y'all. That's good. You know, the child needs that social, that interaction, no doubt. Are there
Right.
other things that you're doing?
Well, we have her. We have like this swinger chair that we were gifted, and we play like little videos. We sing to her. During bath time, we have like this special song that we play, like to just kind of cue in. Okay, you know what time it is? It's time, and she loves it. And we just try to start different things that we can kind of continue to build with her. So.
Yeah.
We read to her, read books and things like that. So.
All right, and you mentioned you're in education.
Yes.
Tell everybody again what.
I am an assistant principal at Truitland Elementary School, and this is my 4th year there at Truitland Elementary School. I've taught at Dublin as well as West Lawrence Middle too,
Okay.
math and English language arts.
So a lot of folks calling out. I know her.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yeah, and Jeremy, now at the fitness center, but you know, and I know you're maybe doing some training now. You know, I've seen you, and I hadn't been as much as I need to go. But tell me what you
I
do.
don't think any of us have been in there as much as we do. But most people probably know me from the fitness center. I worked there for over 11 years, but now I'm working at the VA. I still do some training at the gym sometimes. I'll always be a Fairview Fitness Center employee. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, that's family to me. When I first got to Dublin, those were the people that welcomed me. and I built some great relationships with a lot of the people. Most of the people that I know in Dublin, I met them at the fitness center, or have some type of connection with them at the fitness center. So that place has a very, sentimental place in my heart.
Yeah, you grew up there, in a way. You
Right.
grew as a person.
Right out of college.
Yeah, and you affected a lot of people's lives. They got that sign on the wall for Jimmy Bedingfield about a water cooler. It's not there anymore, I don't think. But years passed by. Change people's lives, help people to grow, whatever it says, and gave people a opportunity to work through.
Right.
You change people's lives. You help people. And physical fitness is so important. It leads to better mental fitness.
Right.
It leads to, just all around spiritual if you'll go there. But just a well-rounded person. It's a great outlet for most
yeah,
of us,
absolutely.
to blow off steam or just to feel better about yourself, just to have that time. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna pop in some earbuds and listen to some Christian music.
Right.
I'm on Spotify. I'm, whatever. My young boys, whatever young men send me, I'm cued in on that,
Right.
listening to the, it's just, it gets me there. I'm enjoying myself in worship time. But you're able to show people what to do, and not everybody been in the gym. People fall in there and they say, "Man, I need to do something about this," and you've helped them over time, man. So I could see that really,
Thank you.
and that relationship that you build when you help people, when you show them how to do things and share your wisdom, your knowledge with them. What you doing at the VA, man?
Well, I'm an MSA, medical support assistant. I help with scheduling appointments for veterans, helping the doctors, nurses with whatever they need with veteran care. So that's something I've been doing since December of last year. I love it, and I hope to continue doing that and move further in the VA.
Yeah, it's a
throughout the
great
years.
place. Was it 1,500 employees now at the VA? I mean, there's
A
just
lot.
so much opportunity for growth and for service to veterans. That's a good calling. I'm
yeah.
glad that I'm proud of that for you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
That's probably a real good fit for you. All right, and so as we go forward now, and you look at what your parents did, and you look at where you are in your life, and you 3 years into marriage, you a couple of months into
Parenthood.
parenthood, and you got to evaluate yourself. And a lot of us do it, as a new year comes in. I mean, it's just kind of a thing. So I'm just asking y'all, if you hadn't already, I'm about to put you on the spot and just say, what are some things that y'all want to do in the coming year and years? Do you have some things that you want to work on as parents, as people, as a couple, more importantly, to become better people? What are some things you want to work on this coming year? Yeah. Ladies first.
I really want to focus on setting some type of traditions, like as a family, and like really identifying and defining what those would be.
Yeah.
Because I always want our relationship to be fresh and anew.
Yeah.
So I want us to just really brainstorm on different ways because with the baby, want to try to find a way, because it was just us for a long time. And so now with our baby, I want us to kind of reinvent our relationship dynamic so we can see like what we can do moving forward to kind of jump off and keep things moving.
And for me, again, family is very important. We love to travel. We want to make sure Ava is able to travel with us and create those memories with her, because that's one of the memories I had growing up. We traveled every summer. We went somewhere every summer, and you don't really so much remember the gifts that you were given, toys, different things like that, but you remember those activities that you did, those trips that you took, and I want to help create that for her. Also, eventually move into our forever home, something we can all share. She grow up, we grow up in the house as well, and then make it available for when she grows up and she has kids, and then we can introduce those kids into the traditions that we set for ourselves. So that's one of the biggest things that we want to do moving forward.
Yeah, that's good.
I was gonna say something to add on to Jeremy, like the annual trips. That's like something that's big for like both of our families, and something that I've really enjoyed. And you don't get this all the time, like the in-law relationships being very positive. We go on family trips together, like my family, his family, like we all go on, like over the summer. We've taken trips together, so it's like it's a great thing. Cause we get along, and that's something that we want. This time we're gonna have Ava to include
Yeah, yeah.
in that trip. So yeah,
Yeah, that
that's fun
feels
stuff.
good. That's incredible,
Oh, yeah.
that unity in the family like that. And, you know, we take it back. There might be a little bump in the road now and again, but family's family. You got to
Right.
be a family, move on. I mean, it's going to happen. We all people, but that's a great story. That'll make you feel real good. We'll take another short break. We'll be right back with the Middlebrooks.
Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Avery. I just want to say how excited I am to have the opportunity to work here at Central Georgia Primary Care. I'm just a stone's throw away from where I was previously, right next to Paul's Tire. You can call to get an appointment at that phone number, or you can come by and we'll be more than happy to get you scheduled.
Whether you're a Braves fan or a Dogs fan, it feels good to be a winner. I'm Don Carswell, and you'll have fun with a winning deal from Dublin Chevy Nissan. Come and see our championship selection of new and pre-owned trucks here at Dublin Chevy Nissan. Titan or Frontier, it's your choice. Sierra or Silverado, you're the winner. For the W, all you have to do is call, click, or come in. And remember, Don sells cars well, only at Dublin Chevy Nissan.
All right, back with you. And y'all talked a little bit about faith earlier now. So, you know, I want to zoom in on that. And you share with me about your faith, where you go to church, what y'all do together to grow spiritually.
We go to Mount Tiller Baptist Church. It's in Irwinton, Georgia, like down 441.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been going there my whole life. That's been the only church I've been at. And then Jeremy came, how long?
Since
ago?
2011.
2011. So we are both very active in church. Jeremy is over our media ministry, and I play piano. I'm part of our music ministry. So we are very active. So we really hold that very dear to our heart. So that's something big for us.
Yeah. All right. And so when you brought Jeremy around, they welcomed him with open arms, didn't
Well, actually, Jeremy, they did.
Yeah.
But Jeremy came in by way of we got a mutual friend, and that's how he started visiting our church. And then he just stayed, and then it worked out for us.
And they put me to work probably that first month that I start coming. And something just kept calling me to go back, because when I first got to Dublin, I wasn't going to any churches. There's that saying, if nobody invites you to a church, typically you're not going to go to a church. And it just so happened they invited me out to Mount Tiller, and I told them I would go out there just to, see what the service was about, and I loved it. Even though it's not close to the city, it was such a good environment, such a good atmosphere that I just kept going, and still going to this day, and been active in the church from that very first time that I've been there.
Yeah, church family, that corporate worship, is one might call it, that's extremely important. We lost a lot of that, through, COVID and what have you, and they say, national numbers say like 30% of people won't come back or what have you. But, we know our example, Jesus, he went to congregations. He was always in a group. He went to the temple, congregations and groups of people. That brings out the best in us. It helps us all to grow. So I appreciate y'all sharing that and maybe encouraging people, look, that helps. It helps tremendously.
Oh, yeah.
That fellowship.
Yeah, that fellowship does extremely well. What do y'all do in your personal time? What do y'all do to grow together?
Well, I like working out, and that's his element. So that's like something that always ties us together. I'm a music person. I like listening to music. I like practicing music.
You tell me you practice at home.
I practice at home.
Jeremy, you got it made, man.
Oh, yeah. And she's great at it, too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
love
sure.
to hear her play
Yeah.
and sing. And then we also, entertainment-wise, we go out as best we can. It's a little different now, having a newborn, but we still make time for each other. Even if it's something as simple as watching TV shows together, finding series that we can watch together, that can kind of bring us together. With work schedules and other things that kind of take away from our time, it's important that we continue to share just the little things together so we can grow. We have those small times where we just talk to one another, just crack jokes with one another, and just engage in those type of things to help our relationship grow.
Yeah. Real quick now, before we get the call over here, tell us now, like if you speaking to young people, maybe high school kids, maybe, you know, whatever, they out of high school, you know, give them some advice that, you know, about relationships and about how to approach it as a young person. Because everybody wants somebody, but it's got to be done the right way, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
I think the first thing is you have to be complete in yourself. Like you can't rely on someone else to make you happy. Like you have to make sure that you are a full person yourself, focus on achieving your goals, doing what you think you need to do, and then until that happens, you're not ready for a relationship. And then once you get in a relationship, then you have somebody to add to it instead of completing you, because you're already a complete individual. And I think that makes it easy. And I think sometimes out of high school, people, they get too serious, and that you're young at that age, so you still need to be young. You need to experience, whether it's college, a trade school, whether it's in the workforce or whatever. You need to experience being a young adult and dating, and you know, before you just lock down and then have possible regrets about whatever. You have some experience going into that forever relationship.
I love that. I mean, that's solid, isn't it, Jeremy?
It is. And at that age, there's very few people that know exactly what they want in relationships. So like she said, it's important that during those times you kind of date and kind of find out what you're looking for, what values you're looking for, what things in yourself go well with other things and people that you're dating, and don't just get locked down into one relationship. Like she said, experience being a young adult, experience those different activities that you can do before you decide you want to settle down. Because once you settle down, it's not just you, it's the other person too. So you want to make sure that you're ready for a marriage or a serious relationship, because it's important. You don't want to break anybody's heart. You don't want to have your heart broken, so it's important to learn more about yourself before you get into a real serious relationship, especially at that age.
Yeah, so wonderful. I mean, you got to know yourself first. That's solid. Congratulations to y'all. Congratulations on this beautiful little girl, Ava Sinclair.
Thank you.
I'm telling
Thank
y'all,
you.
y'all got to get up and get out of here. So we're going to wrap things up with that pretty little whining over there. It's music to your ears, though, isn't it?
Yes,
It is.
Does she wake up
Yes.
during the night still?
Sometimes she does, and then sometimes she has these spurts where she'll go up until like 6 o'clock, and so we praise her for that. Like, "Ooh, you did a great job. You did a
Play her
great
favorite
job."
song.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. But I can remember way back in the day, you know, at 2 o'clock thing, at 2:30, 3 o'clock, you know. But it was always a joy because that's your child.
Right.
I mean, they depended on you.
Completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I know y'all depending on each other and going forward. So we lift y'all up and wish you the best of success in the years to come. And as people see you around the community, you know, again, just keep up the good work and be an example as you already are. Thank y'all
you.
for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.